those standards high, that was not good enough. So the next time, do fucking better. Right then, welcome back to another video. These videos again are just a documentation on my life, trying to build Perpetual, and also just training like an athlete, living a pretty disciplined life. Now it's been a couple of weeks since the last video, so what have I actually been up to in my life? I'm going to start off by speaking about training. Now my training over the last couple of weeks has been quite cardio focused. As you know, if you've watched the previous videos, I'm planning on doing a Hyrox, I think late October, that's the date we're looking at. And I've never done Hyrox before. I've run a marathon, that's the kind of only cardio background I have, but that was about a year ago. And I want to make sure that for the Hyrox, I'm in really, really good shape. So what I'm doing is I'm introducing more cardio, and the way I've been doing that is by using the rower, also using the bike, and also trying to add in the skier. Now then, the issue is I still can't run at the moment. So about 4 weeks ago, I rolled my ankle, sprained it quite badly, and was on crutches for about a week, and then couldn't really walk for a couple of weeks following that. Now it's at a point where it's healed, I can walk on it, but I still can't really put too much pressure or load through it. So I'm not running, I've only just started training legs again. Yeah, it's not very fun. But what I've done is I've not used that as an excuse, I've just adapted my training to suit that. Now, that does not mean that I've stopped lifting. My lifting has almost been better actually, because I'm not as fatigued. I think I've got the strongest bench I've ever had in my life. I'm still, getting a good pump, and I think I'm still building muscle. It's good signs. It shows I'm on the right track. I genuinely do feel like I'm in the best shape of my life, and that's only going to get better as more time goes on. What I've also recognised is it seems to be the more dialed I get with the gym, the more dialed I am with every other aspect of my life. I'm motivated, I'm doing well in uni, I'm moving forward with the business. It has a domino effect. So training is definitely that staple part of my life that I need to keep at a high level. Now then, let's speak about the business. So with Perpetual, it's clear what Perpetual is now. It's simply a private community for self-development. It's the perfect environment for growth.
You texted me today saying your pod sounds I probably get around to it.
I feel like we're almost kind of there with what we think it is. Like it's just pretty clear now that it's just a private community for like-minded people. I think if we start getting complicated again, that's when it just becomes really hard to
we should have to think about. And I think the best way to approach that, like for me, I already know how to approach it because I've already got I've always got my thing right, the thing is content.
Yeah. Like that is genuinely productive, and it's benefiting the community and also the whole business in general. So we'll speak again in less than 2 hours, but
Yeah.
Let's go.
I just cracked my back so insanely. I just like lost my breath for a minute.
There he is.
Sorry, mate. I was on my own, completely lost track of time.
That's a valid excuse.
Look, when I joined this, it was the start of Lent as well.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the perfect time just to start everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, I really hit the ground running.
No, you have.
Literally, yeah.
Before 5k was like felt long.
Yeah.
Now if I see 5k, I'm like, oh, getting is such an easy one.
Yeah.
Because like 8k now is probably like my average.
Yeah.
7-8k is like my average one.
Yeah.
I do want to shoot for like a long run, just to not really test my body, but more like mental ability. Just like running
100%.
I got so fucking burnt out, man. I stopped posting. I was still training and I was still getting them done. But I was just getting them done, man.
Yeah.
Like, and then in Lisbon, I was feeling good because I was on target pace and whatever.
Yeah.
And then I just get hit, and there was like a heinous fucking stomach cramps in life, man.
Despite us saying like, yeah, it was difficult, but you still gritted in, you got it done. You know it still wasn't good enough for you.
Oh god, yeah, I fucking hated it.
Yeah, and
I
realistically,
I
like,
saw the debriefing that I posted, but I was like,
yeah,
I was sat on the side of a fucking little road in Lisbon, and I was like,
yeah,
well, that's that, like.
yeah, but like, that's almost more important than like patting yourself on the back for finishing it. Like, patting yourself on the back for finishing it, that's just like, okay, you've met your standard of, right, you had to finish it. That was like the minimum standard for you. But like, realistically in yourself, keep those standards high. That was not good enough. So the next time, do fucking better. The interesting thing is the product development is basically done. So now mine and Elliot's job is to build the identity of Perpetual through action. Something that me and Elliot speak about quite frequently is that we need to raise the bar. Me and Elliot are the driving forces within Perpetual. We're leading it. So if we're operating at a high output and we're always raising the standards, then everyone else in Perpetual is also raising their standards. Now, for me personally, I also want to work on building the aesthetic of Perpetual. And the way to do that is by being really intentional with the kind of content that we share. So I'm going to be working on elevating the look of the brand, over Instagram, over here on YouTube, and just taking it to another level. With all that being said, I am currently coming to a crossroads in my life, and what I've realised is Perpetual is 100% a long-term passion project, and it's something that I will always do, but I also do need to figure out how to live. So then, let me give you a little bit of context. Now, I've been studying law at university up here in Newcastle for the past 3 years. I'm just about to finish my degree. Now, I've realised that I don't want to go into law. I'm proud of myself for sticking to my high standards and getting a good degree, even though I've not really enjoyed it as much as I hoped I would. But now it's time for me to figure out what's next and stepping out into the real world. How am I going to make money? How am I going to live? What does the next step look like for me? Now, the other week I was actually on the phone with my dad, and he said something that kind of stuck with me. And he said to me, why don't you try out filmmaking, and to kind of go somewhere with that, explore that avenue. And it got me thinking, because for the past few years I've been quite consistent with YouTube. I've developed some skills on how to make a video. I've spent the last week or two researching, thinking, planning out, could that actually be a reality? Now, what I've also done is I've invested, and I've recently just bought a 35mm point and shoot film camera. It's really cool. I want to take more photos. I want to kind of document my life and building the brand in a bit of a different format. But what that represents to me is a step in the right direction. It's a small action of commitment to this kind of, potential that I could have. It's definitely an exciting but fucking nerve-wracking time of my life. So yeah, that's kind of an update on my life. I'm glad to have you along for the journey, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks.